What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another news video and an update on Shad Gaspard. Sadly, more and more stories are emerging of what really happened at the Mariana Del Rey beach in California, where Shad went missing. On 17th May 2020, Gaspard was at the beach with his 10-year-old son swimming when a riptide pulled him under the water. It's unknown whether or not Gaspard is still alive, but it's known that he directed others to rescue his son first. A frantic search began, and TMZ Sports reports one official working with the LA Fire Department told media that they believe the 39-year-old did submerge. Divers were sent to scour the area, helicopters were searching from above. One witness at the scene tells us when lifeguards raced into the ocean, Gaspard directed rescuers to help his son first, which they did. During the rescue, we're told another big wave crashed on Gaspard, and that was the last time he was seen. Gaspard's son was rescued, but the 39-year-old pro wrestler has not been located. According to a report at CNN.com, Pono Barnes, ocean lifeguard specialist with the Los Angeles County Fire Department, told CNN 2 swimmers were caught in a rip current and one, a young boy, was rescued. The other, a black male in his 30s, submerged. They continued their search until 7:30 p.m. and it resumed Monday morning, Barnes said. Dave Meltzer reported, regarding Shad Gaspard, just heard from a friend at the location right now. It doesn't look good. They continued the search this morning and no sign of him. Brian Alvarez then commented on Wrestling Observer Live that he received a text from a friend who was at the beach and that rescue crews were packing up their gear. A report at the UK Daily Mail provided more details on the situation, which read, "The incident happened on the day when the surf and weather created challenging conditions. That surf that we had paired with a little bit of wind and good tidal swing today made rip currents a little bit more prevalent and a little bit stronger," Barnes said. Shad's wife, Celiana Gaspard, remained on the beach during the rescue and was seen staring out into the ocean while the Coast Guard searched. This was according to photos from the Daily Mail. They added that Celiana later left the beach with close friends. As of this writing, there's no further word on the situation, however people remain hopeful despite the circumstances. WWE Superstar MVP and close friend of Shad released this statement on Twitter from the Gaspard family, tweeted at the request of Shad's family. Shad Gaspard's family appreciates all the love, support and concern through this horrible ordeal. At this time, they are not ready to make any public or official statements to any media outlet and ask all to respect their wishes. Sadly, this hasn't stopped more and more details emerging, as one eyewitness who was in the ocean amongst Shad and his son anonymously posted on Reddit that he saw Shad drown and there could have been a moment where he could have saved him. It read, "I was there. I was body surfing and started to come in as I noticed a lifeguard presence congregating on the shore and I saw someone heading out. As I came in, which took forever as the tides were incredibly strong, I noticed the kid fighting against the waves and the lifeguard headed towards him. When I got to shore, 2 surfers were pointing and screaming, a scream I'll never forget, and I realized there's another person drowning. I could see him bobbing next to the surfers, so I pointed and directed a guard towards the surfers outside the break. The guard went in, the surfers continued to wave, and eventually more and more search people came out. Once I saw people in snorkels, which was probably about 10 minutes in, it was obvious he wasn't probably going to turn up alive. Cops showed up, eventually helicopters. I talked with the surfers and they said an adult went under. I felt awful. I was wondering if I should have helped the kid to shore so the guard could have focused on the father, but I didn't want to intervene and now that kid's father is dead. I'm gonna let it rest as I was powerless and I didn't want to add to the mess. The waves were really nasty. I've body surfed my whole life in San Diego and today I was being cautious. I was worried when I saw the whole families out. I needed to see this posting because I felt weird all night and bad because I technically could have turned around, swam past the breaks and maybe saved a life or drowned myself. I don't know, it's sad. I left after 40 minutes of helicopters flying low over the water assisting the search. I saw the mum hear her husband not turn up and I saw her run down the beach looking for him. And I saw a kid standing on a shoreline with a look that he knew that they were past the point of finding his friend's dad alive. It was harrowing to see the reality unfold in a family a loved one didn't return from the ocean. I go to the beach one fucking day and this happens. Now, life is full of ifs and buts. The surfer really shouldn't blame himself. He shouldn't feel bad. In fact, had he gone to maybe save Shad, he might have been caught up in the riptide as well, and there could have been 2 people missing. Still, the family has not given up hope, and neither should we. If you're unfamiliar with Gaspard, Gaspard was a member of the tag team in Crime Time with partner JTG from 2006 to 2007, and the team returned to the WWE in 2008, working there all the way up until 2010. Shad Gaspard then returned to the independent circuit and reformed his tag team with JTG as Crime Time, no Y this time. In the last few years he's wrestled very sporadically, and his last match was in November 30th at a WrestleCade show, teaming with JTG to take on the Dawson brothers. In the meantime, Shad Gaspard focused his attention on acting. He appeared in a number of films including Get Hard and Sandy Wexler, and also appeared in a number of television shows such as From Dusk Till Dawn the series and Key and Peele. But the talent didn't stop there, he also did motion capture for video games. And believe it or not, with a martial arts background, Shad Gaspard was digitally scanned to be in the new look and body of Kratos in the God of War game that was rebooted for the PS4. He also performed a large majority of Kratos' hand-to-hand combat and motion capture actions, as well as fights. Not only that, he's also taken his talents into graphic novels, as Gaspard's Assassin and Son won several awards for Best Original Independent Graphic Novel. Gaspard came up with the original concept and premise and wrote the screenplay along with former WWE wrestler Muhammad Hassan. Yeah, we bet you might not have been aware of that. Gaspard was clearly a man of many talents.